Good morning. Welcome to Speaking of Animals. I'm Amy Cartenuto, the director of Flagler Humane Society, and we have a full studio today. We have so many special guests. I have, can you hear? My special co-host here is Bert. Bert is, probably about an 8-week-old kitten who's jumping on the microphone. I also have from the Flagler County Sheriff's Department, Chief Anger. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
And Danielle Coward. Good morning, Danielle.
Hi, good morning.
And you guys have your co-hosts. Do you
Yes.
want to introduce?
Tom.
Yes, and this is Angel.
So Tom, we think is a girl.
We're not sure.
I got to look closer at Tom. Tom is a little gray tiger kitten, and Angel is a beautiful white with gray kitten. And these kittens are all part of a super cool program. Oops, sorry. Bert is jumping up on the... Bert's going crazy here. These kittens are part of a new super, super cool program that I'm going to have you guys talk about a little bit. We're all super proud of it. Chief, do you want to start?
Sure.
I got my hands full.
Well, as everyone in Flagler County knows, I work for a very innovative sheriff. And Sheriff's Daily is, we discuss our initiatives regularly and projects and programs, and the SMART program, which is our substance abuse treatment program that we've had in the jail for both men and women. We've had that for going on 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And, we always talk about ways where, we can improve and make it more effective. And so originally the thought was I wanted to find a service project for our inmates who are in the program because an important part of recovery is, breaking away, shifting the focus from self, which addiction is very self-centered, to service and others. And so the concept of service and, partnering with the Flagler Humane Society seemed like it would be a great fit. In fact, one of the inmates suggested to one of my deputies, she wanted to get the sewing program more regular, which the girls have been doing for the last 2 years, sewing uniforms, patches for the sheriff's office and police. And Tom does not want to sit on my lap here. Tom is trying to eat my finger, and he's trying to eat the microphone. So the suggestion was let's see if we can do mattresses for the puppies at the Humane Society. So I scheduled a meeting with you, Amy, and we came and I could tell the look on your face was the chief doesn't know much about how dogs operate. And those mattresses aren't going to last very long.
You see the chewed up foam everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but she said, but we really do have a need for our fostering has been very challenging for us. And so that's really how the idea was born. And that, I brought back to the sheriff, and he was all in favor of that. And, the impact that it's had, I'll let Danielle talk about it because she's one of our counselors that is in the plot, and she's really the facilitator for the program for the most part. But, the whole concept of the inmates being able to practice the concepts and the principles that are going to be so important for the recovery, empathy and responsibility and, shifting focus from self to caring for others. They're actually participating and living that out in real time while they're in the program. So it's been a really unique experience. It's really kind of changed and transformed that whole side of the jail, frankly. The deputies are, spend a lot of time in the block, providing extra security for everyone. And it's been a learning experience for us, but it's been a very positive partnership. And of course, the benefit for the Humane Society is that we have now a really dedicated group of fostering parents who, are
taking care of them 24/7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Doing a great job.
I know when you and I talked, I remember one of the first questions was just supervision. We wanted to make sure that there was, supervision for the young ladies that as they're learning how to take care of these babies. And you said, "Oh yeah, that won't be a problem. We will have plenty of staff that want to help oversee this program." So it's been And now, how many kittens do you have right now in the program?
Our head count is 8, and
Okay,
the kittens are part of our head count. So each shift, the supervisor produces a commander's report that gets distributed throughout the agency, and so the kitten head count is listed on the count for our for our jail.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So Danielle, tell us like some of how it's been going. You
Okay.
know, everybody seems pretty happy with it so far.
So the first litter of kittens that were brought in, we weren't really sure how it was going to work out and how, the program was going to go. But it was a little difficult at first for everybody to get situated because you're not really used to having kittens, but also these kittens needed special care. They had medical needs. They needed to be loved a lot more than just a kitten that's healthy. And these women, they really jumped on board and they picked different roles. They were able to give them the medicine that they needed. They were able to give them love. And while they were nurturing these kittens ended up actually nurturing them. And you can tell the entire atmosphere in that housing unit has just shifted, and it's came into like a house of healing. That's what we call it, is the house of healing, because the kittens are being healed in there and socialized, but also the women are being healed at the same time. And it's really a beautiful thing to watch. And so, like, even when we're in group, we're holding kittens. So we're talking about addiction and we're talking about recovery, but we're also holding kittens and nurturing them at the same time and showing love. And it's been a beautiful thing.
I love that so much. I love that. And, like when we originally were talking about this, our staff, is quite overwhelmed. We're taking care of these guys all day long. And then for the most part, a lot of us are taking ones home that either are too young to be on their own, but they don't have a mama. Or, sometimes I take home ones after surgery that need extra help. So having this type of foster program with people that are really, they're devoted, they're with these babies 24 hours a day. It's been a huge help to us. Just, it's helped. Obviously, these babies are thriving. They're plenty energetic.
They're very social.
Yes, they're so socialized. So, you guys are making great, very highly adoptable kittens for us.
And they take it very seriously. They do take it like, this is my job. Like, I'm in here. Yes, I'm healing. Yes, I'm in treatment and doing the things that I need to do for me to recover. But they take it very seriously when it comes to their feeding schedules. They even have a chart on the board that they're writing, the kitten's well, or the kitten has been up all night, or, just making notes, paying attention to how the kittens are doing. And it, I think it really has given them a sense of purpose.
Oh, for sure.
Just being in the jail, but also finding like purpose in helping these kittens be fostered.
Yeah, and that's so important for anyone that's in recovery, because nobody woke up one morning and said, I want to ruin my life and become addicted to drugs or alcohol. And
Right.
Oftentimes they've had multiple attempts at becoming recovered and becoming sober, and failed. And so over time, that feeling of worthlessness just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And this is really what Daniel just talked about, the sense of purpose, is really important for that, to turn that feeling of worthlessness around to where, hey, I'm a part of something here. I'm accomplishing something here. I'm of value, and so it's, like I said, it's real time practice for them. Before they, have to, figure things out when they get out. And the other hope is that, we will create a stream, a kind of a pipeline of new volunteers.
There you go.
For the Flagler Humane Society when they release, because they've already developed a relationship with your staff and your organization through caring for the kittens. So.
I love it.
hi.
I love it. Well, we're going to talk more about the kitten program when we come right back. Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. I'm Amy Caratanudo, and I'm here with Chief Engert and Danielle Coward, and 3 beautiful kittens that are going to be up for adoption pretty soon.
Yes.
So, Chief, you had just talked about how important this has been for some of the ladies in the program, and how it's helping them. And I was thinking too, I know in some cases, addiction comes about sometimes when people have, really rough beginnings, and perhaps in some cases, the love that these, folks, either the ones that are in the program now or later on, the love from these kittens might be the only time they've known unconditional love. So it's important go in both directions, I think.
Yeah, the vast majority of our inmates who are in the program have large amounts of trauma in their history and their background, and especially with the women. It's estimated that 80% of incarcerated females have a significant trauma background due to lifestyles and so forth. And so you're right. And what was really interesting, what was really cool actually, was the first day of the program. The two employees of the Humane Society who came and brought the first litter of kittens to us to take care of. The door opened, and it was one of my she graduated from the program about a year and a half ago. Yep. And, I remember her when she left the program, part of her reentry plan, which we require them to have a reentry plan. And part of that is they have to, determine where are they going to plug in, where are they going to serve, whether it's in a church, whether it's in, in her case, it was a Humane Society. She wanted to volunteer there. And then she ended up getting employed there. And, by all accounts, she's one of the top employees there, according to Amy. And so when she walked in with the employees, I could tell immediately the impact that it had made on her to just kind of see how far she had come. And, and then the impact she had on the women who were in the program, who here's a graduate who is living, breathing recovery, and they can associate and assimilate that, hey, I can do this. And, she went right over and she said, this was my bunk, for a year while I was going through treatment. And it was just a really powerful experience. And I always try to incorporate, past graduates with the program now to give them that real sense of hope that, if you, follow the therapies and the curriculum that we have for this program, which that hasn't changed. We still have the basic curriculum. We've adapted it somewhat over the years, but the therapies and the curriculum remain the same. This is just an added piece to that that gives them an opportunity to, like I said, practice it. And it was just a really powerful, experience for everybody. And, I think it made a difference for Steph, but it also made a huge impact in the program. It's just another one of the so many positive stories we've had of success with the program. And I'm just so confident that this is going to be really another part of this program, which is going to make it even more effective. And we've got plans for the men. Yeah. The men are going to be performing service work there shortly, a construction project where they're going to be building coverings for the kennels in the back, so the dogs can have some cover from the sun while their kennels are getting clean. And then the sheriff there's going to be another surprise that we're going to talk about, another partnership with the Humane Society that we can't discuss yet, but it's coming and it's going to involve the men program. So for those listening, we'll have programs for both men and the women. So
it's been we really, really appreciate the partnership, and like you say, I know our staff that are working with Danielle, because it's back and forth with food and medicine and everything. So it's been we're able to get a peek into what's going on, and it's been really heartwarming for us to see the good work that the ladies are doing and helping us so much. We really appreciate it. Now, normally this program is a bit unique, I don't think, because the folks that are in this program, it's all voluntary. Like, I know it's...
Well, some do get sentenced to the SMART program as part of they ultimately accept any type of a plea agreement that they make. But but yes, it's a voluntary, and we screen individuals. I'm looking for, the team's looking for, and ultimately we meet every Friday. We discuss all of the candidates. We're looking for individuals who have what we call the gift of desperation. Yes. Meaning that is such a valuable gift for someone who is approaching, a recovery lifestyle. They have to really want it. There's nothing you can't you can't fake that. You really have to desire that you are at the end of the road, and things have to change, and I am desperate for help. And so those are the individuals that we are looking to try to help, because we want good results. And it's not just a program where they go to in this case they go into a pod that's, wow, they've got kittens to take care of. This is no, that's not how you're going to get into the pod. You've got to be serious about recovery, and you better be serious about life change. And that's that's what we're all about.
I love it. Does it, the length of time that they're in there, I think you said it was a minimum of 6 weeks, but it's kind of...
It's actually a minimum, and I reiterate this every week, because individuals get this idea that it's a 90-day program. It is not a 90-day program. I mean, the minimal is 90 days to get through just the course curriculum, but we've had individuals who have done 7 months or 9 months, because we won't graduate you until you have demonstrated that you are ready to be graduated. And, and that can take all kinds of forms. We monitor their communications, and, we want to see that, that they're not, if they're going back into the same toxic relationship that, got them in the first place, they're not graduating. they're not going to finish the program, because they're not serious about recovery. I mean, there's a significant, like I said, life change that needs to take place, and changing people, places, things is critical for those who are going to be successful in recovery. And that's there's a high standard to get into the program.
Now I wonder, will you be able to track, now that the kittens are part of the program, will you be able to track if that helps speed recovery at all?
Well, we track recidivism, and so we do track that, and so we have a start date from the kitten program. So moving forward, we'll see how are the numbers now that we have a fostering program as part of the recovery program.
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
that'll be really cool.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, and I really, just what we've seen, we've it's about 6 weeks now, probably about 6 weeks. I'm even more confident now that this is going to make this program more effective.
Yeah, they do a routine now. They're up early, they're feeding, they're making sure they're taken care of, they are organizing everything, cleaning the litter boxes. They even have a schedule for who's doing what. And it's like a job while they're in there. So they're getting used to getting up, and not only are they taking care of these kittens, but they're also in programming. So in between their groups and their classes, they're also taking care of these kittens. And so they have these responsibilities now that they're also going to have when they get out. It's just going to look different. And it's like this routine that they've now built. And I think it's going to bring a lot of success in their life.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to take another break, and we will be right back. Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. I did want to mention a couple of things that we have coming up, since we're talking about cats already, kittens and cats. On August 17th at the shelter, Sunday, August 17th, we're going to have coffee with the cats. It's just going to be in our education room. We're going to have coffee and refreshments, and probably some cats just kind of running around showing you their personalities, and then other cats featured that maybe wouldn't be running around loose. But I want to make sure everybody gets a tour of the shelter. We've got a lot of kitties right now that are up for adoption. Adoption fees on the Coffee with the Cats Day are going to be half off. We also have a quilt raffle that it's got cats on it, and we're going to raffle that off. So just kind of a hang out with cat people afternoon. It's going to be from 12 to 3 on August 17th. Just come, no charge to come. The refreshments are free, but hopefully you walk out with a cat.
Yes.
And then we also have a yappy hour at the dog bar. You can't leave the dogs out. Have a yappy hour at the dog bar August 26th from 5 to 7 p.m. I think everybody knows where the dog bar is. It's the Good Times Dog Bar at 30, I think it's North Ocean Shore Boulevard, 3468, I think, North Ocean Shore Boulevard. Really cool place. We always have adoptable dogs there on the weekends. And so the yappy hour there is going to be kind of fun. Bring your pet and be a fun event. So Danielle and Chief, it's been really cool having you guys and the kittens on the show. I think the kittens were pretty well behaved. They didn't meow too loud.
No.
They're good kittens.
Yeah. So,
And Amy, I'd like to just say we talked a lot about the partnership with the Sheriff's Office and the Humane Society, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, we also have a partnership with Epic Behavioral Health Services Healthcare out of St. Augustine, and that is who Danielle is actually employed by, our intervention specialist, our clinician, our program. They're part of that as well. They're employees of that program. So, it takes partnerships, and and that's just so important for any successful program. And so I would be remiss. And I want to say, too, that we're going to be more creative, and we've got a really creative team at the Sheriff's Office, and we're going to somehow, that when we turn over kittens and release them from custody,
when they graduate right?
and are released from custody, we release them from jail and give them to the Humane Society. We're going to try to publicize that more so that the public can see, kittens that have actually been socialized and have been cared for by the inmates. Maybe that would be something that the public would like to be to participate in.
Yeah,
they
that'd be cool.
They can be great partners to help adopt kittens that are socialized by the Sheriff's Office.
I think everybody follows our sheriff's Facebook page anyway, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Everybody.
I know. So the kittens will be featured.
He's the number one news source in Flagler County.
Yeah. So the kittens will be featured on there. So these are going to be all famous little kittens, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much,
Thank you.
especially for what you do, and thank you for being on the show. And it's been really fun. We'll have to do it again.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.